Hi, Jack Crawford. It's Aussie Villain. Mate, I'd like to offer you the opportunity to be Haas's reserve driver next season, but I need you to be 18. Well, okay, when's your birthday? What do you mean you don't know? Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Kicking Haas. Today we have the off-season special. We will play through to spring training. We'll play through to pre-season testing and see roughly where we end up here. There's going to be driver market changes. We're going to have to find a new race engineer, all sorts of wonderful things. So let's get to it. Okay, so first things first, we will check the emails from the last race. Of course, we finished 6th in the championship, which was excellent. Car part development is now locked. And we have season results here, so we can see Verstappen, Leclerc, and Perez were the top 3 in the championship. There's the constructors' standings with us. We were very comfortable 6th. I think, looking towards next season, I'm a little bit concerned about McLaren. They came on really strong towards the end of the year, but I think we want to be trying to even consolidate 6th, perhaps even look a little bit up. We'll see, obviously, how we go there. There's the rest of the championship, of course. K-Mag in 9th, Sargent 13th, and we will get Mick Schumacher down there in 19th. But, of course, he didn't do much in his time at the team. And Stroll didn't score any points last year, as well as neither Williams driver. So, yeah, I didn't realize Williams didn't score any points, but it does kind of make sense, I suppose. So we are exceeding expectations. That was of the last race of the season. And if we go and have a look here, Sargent does have a development point, which I think we need to put into control. I think both, and that puts you up to a 72 rated driver. I think both our drivers could do with improving their control a little bit. And we have a development point for Correa. We'll send him off with a development point. But, of course, he is unlikely to be around next season because I'm thinking we will be able to get a reserve driver. And that is going to be one of the big things this off-season. So let's sim ahead here and see what we come back to. So the weather center has been upgraded, so that is good news for next season. And we have our end of season review as well. So they wanted 6, we got 6. Long-term target of score podiums in 25% of the season's races. So we were 2 of 6. So the 25% of the season is 6 races. I'm assuming that's what that is. So we've got 2 more seasons to reach that target. You'd say based off that first season, we should be relatively able to do that. We continue to be an underdog team rating. Constructors and championship best. Obviously, first season, that was just where we finished this season. Board confidence is high. Team bonus of 1.5 million. And we come back to an important email. Pit crew performance. So that always drops away over the winter. So we do need to try and work on that. There's the weather center upgrade. So we are at 90% forecast accuracy. I think of all the things that there are to do, that potentially can gain us points. So let's do it again. We'll go to the top level. That'll be another 4.8 million. But again, I just think that of all things is worth it to what it can bring to the actual race weekend for us. And then regulation changes. The cost cap has come down, and there are the minor technical changes as well, which will result in some loss of downforce. So that is that. Okay, so staff changes. We know that everybody is secured except for our race engineer, Gary Gannon. He has now left the team, so we'll go and see what we can do to find that. We've got Sargent tied up long-term. Magnussen will be going at the end of his contract, and we, of course, now need another reserve driver as well. So let's go. We'll start with the staff, and we did have a scout around for race engineers. Now, where are the guys that we go to overall rating? And the guys that we scouted, Jean Becker seems to be the highest rated, although, and Gaetan Jago are the 2. So one of these 2 will be our new race engineer, I imagine, 77 rated here. Okay, so let's have a quick look here at Becker. Now, what we want is good pit crew management. Feedback is his weakness, so that's not ideal, perhaps. Let's go and have a look at Jago. Performance. So he is pit crew management is a little bit better. Maybe elsewhere it's not quite as good. And now he is a little bit younger as well, so there is room for him to improve. And then we've got James Irwin here, and his pit crew management is good. His feedback isn't great. I mean, pit crew Becker seemed to be the most well-rounded, didn't he? 82, 82, and then we can work on feedback. Those are sort of maybe okay for now. No, actually, I think Jago is the more well-rounded and still has good pit crew management. So I think we want to go for him. of any option. So let's propose a contract. He's open to negotiations. So he will be car 1. Yeah, he'll be car 1. Let's say 3 seasons. I don't know what's his salary now. I didn't see what his salary was just now. So it's there. So we want to obviously pay him a little bit more, I would imagine. So if we say 1.1 with a starting bonus of 100 grand, let's see what he feels about that. And well, maybe we could have got a little bit less, but we'll hire him. We have a new race engineer for car 1, which is of course Logan Sargent. So welcome to the team, Gaetan. And now let's go and have a look at drivers and see if we are able to get a young American or if we are going to have to wait another year. So if we scroll down and down and down and down and down and down. So Crawford he's still only 17. The one thing that I don't necessarily love is that it doesn't say when his birthday is. So I don't actually know. He's done his seasons. He should qualify because he's done a season in F3 and then he switched teams, it looks like. But he's done 2 seasons there. But what he hasn't done yet is turn 18. But I don't know when that is. So, because if we look at his performance, he is potentially high level of potential growth as well. I think he is the one, and only at 17 as well. We've got lots of time for him to develop and grow. Now, Kalen Frederick, we can offer him a contract now. He has average growth potential, so he's not fantastic in that sense. He's still better than Correa, and he's better now, and he has better growth potential. The other American options that we have, now again, it's a little bit frustrating that the new drivers don't have nationality, so we don't know. He looks like he might be American, so we don't know. He could be anything. I don't know why he looks like he could be American. Hunter Yaney is only 17, so he's no good. Brad Benavides doesn't have the time in F2 or F3, so it looks as though it's one of those 2 for now. And well, what if we hold off? I'm assuming, yeah, it's really frustrating they don't have nationalities, the new guys. What if we hold off on Kalen Frederick for now, wait and see if Jack Crawford turns 18 before the season starts, and if he doesn't, then we'll get Kalen Frederick on a year's contract, and if he does, then we'll get Jack Crawford in on a longer-term deal. All right, so we welcome Gaetan to the team. We've got idle engineers. That's because I think development is locked, isn't it? We've got unused scouts, but underfloor research has been completed, and we can see there a nice, again, little upgrade on what we already had. So I'm excited to see what... now, we can research. We don't have any time to do it, really, but... I mean, we've got engineers without anything to do. No, we can't because it's... So anyway, it's December 24th in game. So have Merry Christmas, everybody. And we'll see you after the Christmas when car and development should be unlocked. Okay, so Correa has officially left his role as reserve driver. Crawford is still only 17. So let's be honest. I mean, Kalen Frederick is not going to get snapped up by any other teams in a hurry, is he? So let's just go and get him as reserve driver. A 1-season deal, 100 grand. We'll give him a 10 grand signing bonus, and I imagine he'll snap our hands off for that. Let's see. And he's declined that. So let's go 120, 130. I mean, he's never going to get another offer like this, is he? Has he agreed to that? Not quite. So let's go... I wonder if he's already likes that. So let's just go 160. It's still not that much. You're getting paid 160,000, mate, to drive a Formula 1 car. There we go. Welcome to the team. So Kalen Frederick is our new reserve driver. Let's hope he does well. I think we might give him a little bit of FP1 time in place of K-Mag because he's not necessarily... Where's his performance here? He's not necessarily hopeless. And long-term, he will probably be our long-term reserve driver once we can get Crawford in. But so I think it will benefit us to develop him. But yeah, well, he is our new reserve driver, and he's an upgrade as well. So that's always a nice thing. All right, new season. Let's go and get this thing underway. Welcome to the new season. We've got to negotiate with our sponsors, and I mean this just reeks to me of something that's going to be a bit annoying to do. Race simulator. Oh, hang on. We've spent a lot of money on our memorabilia room. Let's we'll be doing that. Number of event days. Let's do 5. 5 days to show off our 2 third-place trophies. I like that. Everything else there, I'm just going to go with that's fine, to be honest. So we will have 91 million in sponsorship coming in, a lump sum of 13.5 million, and an income per race of 3.5 million. So that's all very nice. The board are obviously happy with us. They want us to be a podium contender long term. The balance is looking good. We've got a balance of 19 million, do we? No, wait. I don't know what all that means, but anyway, that's fine. Technical regulations. Okay, so let's have a look and see. So there's no changes there. Front wing. So that's what it was, and the regulation changes bring it down to that. Like, well, by that much. Is that what I'm reading into that? So we're going to have negative negative downforce. We'll be taking off this season. There we've got the rear wing and underfloor, and so we've actually, in high speed and medium speed corners, we've more than made up for what we're going to lose, and we've almost broken even on low speed as well on the underfloor. So that research has worked well. And yeah, so we are going to lose a little bit low speed, but I think everybody will, because that was a 30% reduction. The cost cap has gone down, and season share prize money, that stays the same. So we were 6, so 53 million. And the sporting regulations, we don't have too many changes at all there, do we? So that is that. Testing, so we are going to have 6 men. I don't know what that means, but that stays the same. But of course, we were 10th last year, so we are going to lose relative to what we had last year, but in terms of the sporting regulations, they stay the same. Now, this is the big question, isn't it? The powertrains. Now, we're currently with Ferrari, are we not? 20 million. The power is less than Red Bull. Red Bull is cheaper. We've got power, so that is better with Red Bull. That is about the same, a little bit better with Ferrari. Thermal resistance is better with Red Bull. Fuel efficiency is better with Ferrari. Gearbox durability is better with Red Bull. ERS durability is a lot better with Ferrari. But the cost is a lot cheaper. Now, and ultimately, I mean, we're getting more power. We're getting more power for less. We might take some penalties for ERS penalties, but I don't think that is horrible, is it? I think we're going to become Haas Red Bull. So, yeah, well, let's go and do that. Yeah, so 15 million come out of the bank, and hopefully that'll benefit us in the new season. So we are now Red Bull Haas, or Haas Red Bull, I should say, and we will continue. Oh, we've got emails here. Let's have a look at what these say. Internal car report. So this is what we have compared to last season, I'm assuming. So we have lost low speed, which was what we're supposed to. We haven't lost that much, and we've actually gained medium and high speed. The DRS, we've gained. Acceleration, we've gained a little bit. Low speed, again, in dirty air, we've gained. Medium speed and high speed, we've gained 10%. Brake cooling, we've gained a lot. And engine cooling. So despite the regulations, only low speed cornering in clean air is where we've lost out. Everywhere else, we should be better. Now, I don't know how that's going to compare to everybody else, but I'm certainly hoping that that's going to work out in our favor. Now, this is the exciting thing. It is the team drivers for the new season. So Red Bull looks the same, I think. Mercedes and Alfa Romeo have Pierre Gasly. So Bottas, Gasly, and Kubica are there. Mercedes looks the same. Alpine are the same, and we are the same, except for the change of reserve driver. AlphaTauri, Vettel goes back to Red Bull. Albon is there as well, so all change at AlphaTauri. It is the same at McLaren with Oscar Piastri there as well. Aston Martin have got Guan Yu Zhou in. Williams have got Tsunoda. Mick Schumacher's back in Formula One as well. So well done, Mick. And there we go. That is your grid for the new season. We've got our man hours here now, so we can start and work on parts for the new car. So let's go and do that. We want to design and. Well, we want to try and get back our low speed cornering as much as possible, don't we? Because that's what we've lost out on. So we've got less time. Hopefully, though, we've got less time and we'll be a little bit better at using our time. So it's half of 76, 38. There we go. Stop. That was completely by accident. So rank on the grid. So I tell you what. that is looking okay, isn't it? We might be in contention for regular race wins if this is to be believed. So let's really hope that it is. We will stick 5 engineers onto that, and that is a cost that is fine. And we have another part. So what else? So we're lacking in acceleration. Maybe high speed cornering and acceleration. Okay, so let's try the rear wing now. And I wonder if we could angle development to improve the rear wing, so we have a more well-balanced car. So we would lose a little bit in low-speed cornering. Yeah, I mean, you can't do both, obviously. So what if we look at something like that? Yeah, all right, we'll try that. I mean, it's a bit of a learning experience. And so that will happen over time, and we will continue to move towards pre-season testing. 82 days to Bahrain. Okay, so the weather center has been upgraded, and I believe that will now give us the best weather center available. The suspension simulator is in poor condition, so we will just upgrade that at the cost of 7.5 million. This is what I mean, because if you look at the cost to refurbish it, it's 2.8, and you're going to have the same level. So rather than refurbishing things, I'm just waiting for them to wear, and then we will upgrade. So that'll give us a better suspension thing for next season. What else we got here? Hospitality area is in poor condition, so we will upgrade that. Just got to keep a little half an eye on in the boardroom as well, it looks like. So we'll upgrade that, sorry, while we're here. That'll save us a trip back. Back to emails, unused scouts, boardroom, we just fixed that. Team hub, also in poor condition. What is the upkeep? So there's a monthly upkeep here. I mean, what are they doing? How are they upkeeping this place if it's falling into disrepair so quickly? I don't quite understand that. But anyway, so that is everything there, is it? Oh, we're welcoming Kayleen Frederick. That was months ago now. All right, let's continue. Actually, let's go and see. Has Kaylin, I have 100% faith in you, mate. But just out of curiosity, has what's his face turned 18 yet? No, not yet. So design complete on the front wing. And, well, that's obviously good. Car part test center is now in poor condition, so we'll upgrade that as well. That'll go to level 2. And the factory, I tried to see the factory is in poor condition as well. Yes, it is. Now, that could be a little bit more expensive to upgrade. 7 million. All right. We're running out of money here very quickly. So, yeah, well, hopefully everything else is going to be in good condition. Kaylin Frederick has got 2 development points. So that's good. And the front wing has been completed. So let's go and manufacture that. I assume we all want to do that, won't we? We'll probably want 6 of them. And 600 grand is absolutely fine. That'll be ready in plenty of time for the Bahrain race. And we will continue on. And the rear wing has now been designed, so we can go and manufacture that as well. Still got unused scouts. We don't really have anyone to scout, so, you know, it's not much we can... No point, really. So 600 grand for the 6 rear wings. Excellent stuff. And continue on again. So boardroom has now been upgraded. And we'll just check back in on what's his face over here. And he's still 17. All right, so we have had an improvement to our head of aerodynamics. Now we'll go 2 points. We'll add that in straight away because that is going to help us in car development. High-speed downforce, we'll add both onto that, I think. So that is that. And back to emails, up-and-coming driver. I mean, Franco Colapinto, he's not American, is he? No, Argentinian. So no use to us, unfortunately. Okay, so the race simulator has fallen into disrepair, and we cannot afford... No, we've got max level, so now we have to refurbish. 4.6 million. We're going to go into debt here. What happens if we go into debt, I wonder? Okay, so we're down to 1.1 million. Not ideal. So car test part center has been upgraded. We're back up to just under 6 million. Now, we have had some pre-season testing results. Let's go and see how we compare. Car 1 performance. So this position on the grid, is it? So in top speed, 7th. So we can see that. So we're not horrible. Brake cooling and engine cooling need some work, though, don't they? They don't rank that well on the grid. That's in dirty air, though, is it? No, that's just in general. So we've still got a little bit of room to improve here. So let's go. We've got another reset of the development time. So that means we can go and design some more parts. I think we want to do the underfloor because it just seems to be very important for these sorts of cars to go fast. Is the underfloor. So we'll do that. And we'll use up our 38-hour wind tunnel hours on that. And that should put us first. Ooh, this is making me excited. All right, so that's that. And we'll get the 5 engineers onto that. And I think we need to look at cooling, don't we? Probably more specifically brake cooling. Or engine cooling is the worst. Okay, so we'll go with suspension because that has maybe a few other benefits as well. And 2.9 hours, the other 38. And I mean, it doesn't change too much, really, does it? But hopefully it'll... We want to improve the brake cooling, please. I mean, that's sort of more what I'm more concerned about than anything else. So we'll develop the part in that way and hope that it does help us a little bit. It's a part of me that wonders if the reason we have so many brake lockups is because our brake cooling, our brakes are just overheating. But anyway, that is that. And we will check in. I do feel a little bit creepy checking to see when a young man turns 18. But Jack Crawford is still 17. So the team hub has now been upgraded. So that's exciting. And that is now going to put us, we can see there all the benefits that that's doing with team morale and all sorts of things. So that is all excellent, excellent news. The hospitality area has been upgraded. So again, the actual factory, the home base is starting to really, really look up, isn't it? Team attractiveness is on the move as well. So that could help us attract better, well, not so much drivers because we're sort of tied in with the drivers, but certainly staff. And the suspension simulator is now upgraded as well. So that'll help actually. I wonder if that's going to happen in time because we are researching suspension pieces, aren't we, right now? Helipad is in poor condition, so that is already maxed out. So we will just refurbish that for 150 grand. That's absolutely fine. And did I see another email here? That was to say the suspension upgrade. Okay, so that's going to help improve brake cooling as well. Just because, I'm assuming. So that's excellent. The race simulator has been refurbished, so that'll help with the driver's development. What we'll do at the end of the episodes, we'll add all the driver development points all on at once, rather than just sort of adding them on here or there throughout the whole summer. We've got 7 days, though, until the Bahrain Grand Prix, so we are coming towards the end here. Jack Crawford, it's Aussie Villain. Are you 18 yet? Mate, trust me, it feels just as creepy asking it as it does you hearing it. So we've had our second practice test session at Bahrain, and that has seen us, well, we're good in low and medium speed corners. We're really good in low and medium speed corners. Everything else is work to do, but top speed is good as well with the new Red Bull engine. I'm looking forward to this first race. I'm really curious to see, and it's like the excitement of real life, isn't it? Where are we going to actually sort of come out when everything is sort of no hold bars left on the track? So we are now ready for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Let's go and see what we can add to the cars. So we know that we have a new front wing, so we can change that. Let's have a look and see the rank on the grid between the two. Now, we actually did that test with the old front wing, so we're sandbagging. That's what all the big teams do, isn't it? So we'll add that onto both cars now. Probably should have had that on for testing just so that they got familiar with the parts. But anyway, we will now change the rear wing as well. And that is going to move us a little bit further up on high-speed corners as well. And an accidental sandbag, is that going to make us look really good now when we get to the race? Now, we're not going to quite have the suspension underfloor research done for this race. But, well, actually, underfloor's a little ways away yet. But we could, in theory, emergency build the suspension and get that ready for the Saudi Arabia. Now, one development point for Sargent. We'll put that into control, try and eliminate as many of the mistakes as possible. So that is him done. K-Mag has a development point. Again, we'll put that into control for him. He now becomes an 81 rated driver overall. And we have Kalen Frederick, who has 3 development points. Now, he's actually not too bad relatively speaking, on other things. It's cornering that is his weakness. He now becomes a 55 rated driver, and we'll go the whole hog there. And yeah, we'll give him... I'm not going to do FP1, I don't think, for him in Bahrain. We'll get K-Mag ready to go with the car, but I think maybe after that we might start and give him some FP1 time as well. Now, staff, do we have any developments here? We do. Simone Resta has a point, so that can go into side pods, ready for when we need to develop that. Excellent stuff. Head of aero, I thought he had some... Oh, no, we already added that on, didn't we? Race engineer, and this is the new boy, Gaetan. He can have that on communication. And the other guy, Ed Reagan, he has one as well. That can go into pit crew management for him. He becomes a 78 rated race engineer. And I'm almost scared to look, but the pit crew... Oh, we're not good. We're really... Go and do some training, guys. Come on, this is getting ridiculous. We're just really bad at changing tyres, and it shouldn't be that difficult, surely. Anyway, that is going to be us. If you have enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And let me know, how do you think we're going to do? I am cautiously optimistic that this car might be a little bit of a beast. We're certainly good in corners. Top speed is maybe a little bit off, but we saw back in the day, you know, in the Sebastian Vettel Red Bull days, top speed isn't the be all and end all. If you can go around the corners, then I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to the next episode. Until then, guys, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.